Yo, what's up, everybody? Bob Walters, Brett Grasso, Locked Up Sports, Week 14, Sunday NFL Live. Is it the last stand for the Chiefs? Ravens, Steelers rivalry game, Bears, Packers rivalry game, Colts in the free fall. And going in the opposite direction is the Jaguars. They play two more times before the season ends. Today is the first big day of football in the NFL. Brett, what's up? How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, man. This is, it's you know what? This is every other game prior to this week. Truthfully, it mattered, but if you lost it, it wasn't over. This feels like a playoff week for so many teams.
Big week.
You lose, you're out.
Big playoff implications.
You're out for a lot of teams. You win, you move on to the next round of having a chance to be in. You know, that's where I feel like this week is. It's like the first really important playoff type.
Well, December. It's really. I mean, I guess it's the second Sunday in December, but it's really, it's right there. It's December. The games get bigger. It's playoff implications. The Bears out of nowhere, right? Just kind of everything kind of fell into place last week for them, and they just bam, top of the NFC. The road to the Super Bowl in the NFC could go through Chicago and Soldier Field. It's the first time in their quarterback was 5 years old the last time the Bears held the number one seed this late. Their coach was a backup quarterback in college the last time the Bears held the number one seed this late. And then you got but then the Packers are right on their ass, right? They're a half game back. They win today. The game's at Lambeau. There's bad weather. It's going to be 10 degrees. Talking about snow. It's going to be a classic. That's one of the late games today. But you got good games. Last stand for the Kansas City Chiefs, right? Is this the end? I don't know. I mean, I still can't count them out. I still can't get myself to count Kansas City out because they just are who they are. The Bills are trying to hang on to keep New England within their sights, who are running away with the division, but they got to worry about a playoff spot of their own, and they got the Bengals coming in who are dangerous with Burrow back, and they played well. They're 4-8, but they played well. It's a big week around the league.
They may not be in the playoff hunt, but they're all of a sudden, once Burrow got back, and first of all, nobody expected him to play as well as he did coming back and clicking in that offense. The big difference is, look how much better a team's defense is when an offense stays on the field for a little while for them. It is impossible to play defense when your offense is 3 and out every possession. That means you were on the field.
Well, they had a couple games with Flacco who was good. Flacco had a couple good games.
No, he 100% did, but it just makes it so much easier when you have a quarterback that has long, decent drives. He's just nailing his guys. Nobody expected that out of Burrow. I'm sorry. That was the biggest surprise of last week, was Burrow just absolutely going out and winning that game. It's amazing. He just keeps coming right back from injury, and he's better and better.
Locally around here, Giants bye. It's the last week for the byes. Jets, Miami. A rivalry game, I guess it could be, it could be entertaining, I guess, but
that's of all the games that you're going to watch this year,
it might be one
game,
of them.
It's going to be two, little below mediocre teams, going on,
Well, Miami's won 4 in a row. Miami's run off 4 in a row. They were against not great teams, but they were ready to run that coach out of McDaniel out.
And the Jets are what, 3 out of 4?
And the Jets, so I guess two hot teams going. That game's in Miami. Game's in Miami?
You're talking about nothing. Hottest teams in New York face off. The game's in Miami. My buddy Ray
50 degrees and rain
over at Painters.
Painters in Patchogue.
He's a big Dolphins fan. Every year he does the Jets Dolphins game I think it's focused when the Jets are away. I think that's probably the smart bet.
Does he go to the games? He have season tickets?
It's always packed. No. He works. He's an officer over at the jail, so no, we don't have to do that. We can't afford that season ticket.
Yeah.
We're
See, at my jail,
trying to put food in our kids' mouths.
Over at Rikers, and I always say that, and I can never believe it because it's outrageous. Like, somebody throws a party, and the whole thing shuts down. Like nobody comes to work. Everything, they got to be locked in.
Yeah.
And I go. What does it really say about us that If one person in New York City throws like a pool party, it shuts down the jail in the largest city in New York. Because it does. It basically it screeches to a halt because one person has a pool party or because there's a concert at Barclays. Listen, I'm going to get myself in trouble, but it's really...
Pop, do you know what it's like? I'm the nursing supervisor.
Civil service is what it's civil service is what
of a whole bunch of nurses, and all of them. You know what happens? One has a Halloween party, all right, and it's on a Saturday, and everyone wants off. And now I got pictures. Who goes to the party?
Yeah, but they're not coming anyway, right? They're not coming anyway. They're trying to do the right thing.
People are good. No, my people don't mess around.
We're not coming.
There are the ones who know. I work it. See, the difference is I work it out for them. We'll find the coverage. Let's get it done. And there's people who aren't going to leave me hanging because listen, we got a responsibility to certain things. There are people who are they're not coming. So we're going to figure out for them.
Yeah.
They get there because they're not coming.
It's civil service and it's against the unions. And what happened with me was, and like the Thanksgiving, right? We always go home on the holidays. We always usually go home and you don't do a double. The warden was pounding over the air going, I will take post if I have to. Just come to work. Everybody's going to do one tour.
That's me working the med call.
And what happened? Nobody came to work. And people were doing doubles. And luckily I had off. But, it's civil service. That's just the nature of the beast, I guess. It's union.
Well, it is. For me.
It's the arguments against union.
There's a point where, I gave off, two of my I only have so many county nurses. I have agency nurses and whatever. And so I gave off, two nurses who wanted off Thanksgiving, and I didn't have anything going on. So I went in and worked on Thanksgiving. I didn't do it begrudgingly. It's like, here you go. They work every other day of the year for me. I will sit there for Thanksgiving when they're happy. And if that's what keeps them happy for the year, that's the smartest person
like everybody,
in the world,
and like everybody knows, Thanksgiving's overrated anyway. So let's get started here. Yeah. We got the Hot Five.
Football today, or just,
Hot Five. Our first segment of the day, Hot Five. It is the top 5 headlines in the National Football League to start the day. What do we got? We got. Hold on one second. Okay, so top 5 headlines. Patriots, number 1 in the power rankings. Number 1, the Patriots. All the way back. They're now number 1 in the power rankings. Are they legit? Can they win a Super Bowl? You don't think so?
Yes. No, that's not true. I think anybody that gets in can win a Super Bowl. I truly believe that NFL games are very different. They're one and done. Sometimes those are in your home field. I think that if everything goes right, and you're like one pick away early from getting ahead. We've seen those upsets come in wild card weekend. We may not have seen that many recently, but I truly believe, and this won't be an upset. I think they're that good.
Well, they're going to be they might have the 1 seed. How are they going to be? First of all, they might not even be playing in wild card weekend.
No. That's what I was about to say. Is I think they're that good, so I don't think there is any upset that they're making by any means. I think they'd be upset at this.
You got a young quarterback. I mean, anything can happen.
I believe that the West, and you look at certain teams, are just better. And I think in a Super Bowl matchup, but I think the Patriots can make it to the Super Bowl. I don't think they win the Super Bowl. I mean, I don't like that. But
well, the AFC, it's a down year a little bit, I guess, right? Because the AFC has just been so powerful. They've been the powerhouse. It's been a gauntlet running through the Chiefs and the Bills and the Ravens and the Steelers, and that's not really there this year. And that's number 2. Number 2 is the Chiefs, the dynasty hanging by a thread. Let's just assume they're not going to make the playoffs this year, because I really think they can't afford another loss. They have a tough schedule. They have a tough game today or tonight, I think it is, against Houston, one of the better defenses in the league. Let's assume they don't make the playoffs. Is this the end of it? Obviously, I think it's the end for Kelsey. I think he's going to be done after this year. He was kind of on the edge last year.
No,
but he's going to be. I don't think it's
next year.
You think he's going to play next year?
Next year is just no. He's going to do a farewell tour. He's not This is going to be documented. This is going to be the run into his post NFL life of being a broadcaster. He's going to milk it. He's not let me type my announcement and walk away graciously. This is about to be broadcast on HBO or Netflix or something. So
yeah, but he was losing. Yeah, but that's because his wife, right? I mean, it was his fiance.
Have an extra year. No, this is what happens with the Chiefs. They are going to double down next year as if it's Reed's last year, Kelsey's last year, the last year they have of the dynasty. And so next year, some people are coming in. They're not dumb. They have the framework for a good team. They just have aging pieces. Rashi Rice is good. You go look and you're like, Brown's good. There's a lot going on there. So
I think they're a good team. I think they just kind of never got off the ground this year.
No, I don't think they're that far off. So I think next year is the last desperation heave for that team. That means Mahomes will be the last. Mahomes, the receivers, and the offensive line are going to be the last thing standing.
Well, yeah, I mean, Mahomes is going to go as far as he gets.
Jones. And
so
Chris
now,
Jones. That's about it. That's it.
Well, and Andy Reid, right? How long is Andy Reid going to do this? Andy Reid been doing this since we were kids.
He's almost gone. If he wants to coach forever, that's up to him. But I think next year is his last year. I think they're going to pull in the same situation as Mike Tomlin. Nobody's firing Mike Tomlin. Nobody's firing
No, I know. I don't know why. And we'll get to that with our guest in a little bit.
They're going to, I know, but they're going to mutually part ways one way or the other is what's going to happen with that. That's just, that's how that's the respect you deserve when you've done what they've done as head coaches.
Yeah, and Mike Tomlin will have a job in 2 seconds. I mean, Andy Reid's older now. He'll be done. But Mike Tomlin will have a job in 2 seconds. Who are you going to get that's better than Mike Tomlin? Reid's not going to. Yeah, you can't fire Andy Reid, right? Unless it gets out of hand where he stays way too long.
They may be on the we're good path, and Reid may not want to do 5 years of rebuild, which is going to be.
No, and he's got to be. He's in his 70s, right? Mahomes not going to want to do a rebuild. And if you have Mahomes, you're not doing a rebuild.
No, it won't be. We think of Jets and Giants rebuild. Their rebuild's going to be playoffs. Can we win a wild card game? Bob?
Yeah. That might be this year. That might be this year. That might be this year.
Yeah, look at the rebuild. Patriots are in the middle of a rebuild.
Yeah, the Patriots. Patriots had like a three-year rebuild, right? Now they're right back top.
Rebuild.
And I said,
rebuild.
I've been telling you that's a disaster for Jets fans. But anyway, playoff picture, ton of teams still involved, right? Almost everybody, but the Jets and Giants, and maybe the Titans and the Dolphins are still alive. If the playoffs started today, this is what the AFC would look like: Patriots 1, Broncos 2, Jaguars 3, Ravens 4. Chargers 5, Colts 6. Now the Colts are free fall. They've lost, I think, 4 or 5.
What's the
Ravens? The Ravens lead. They're 6-6. They lead the division, so that's why they would be the 4 because they would win the division.
Is it going to be a 9-win division? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a bad division. The North is a bad division, and you're just not used to it. That's why you're saying it like that because you're not used to it.
So what you're saying is whoever wins today wins the division.
Yeah, whoever wins today has the inside track absolutely to the division. And I mean,
it really has to go bad.
Listen, the Ravens are a better team, right? The Ravens are a better team. We all know that. The Ravens everybody's picking the Ravens to win the Super Bowl going into the season.
Yeah. No.
Lamar got hurt. Lamar got hurt. That's what happened.
Pittsburgh is never going to be bad, but Aaron Rodgers is great when he's healthy, and now you have unhealthy Aaron Rodgers. He is beat up. His left wrist is broken. His nose was broken the other day. He's been slammed on the turf.
And he's pissed. And he's done. He's finished.
No connection. We're going to get into this in a little bit, but
he's finished too.
I think you're right, but Pittsburgh seems like the more desperate team today.
It's a rivalry game. But why would they be more desperate, right? I mean, you could say that, but in reality, they're both 6-6.
They feel more desperate. Like Baltimore still thinks that. You know why? Baltimore thinks they're great still, and Pittsburgh is fighting. I just think Baltimore still thinks they're great and just unlucky.
On the outside looking in, 8, right? The first team outside on the bubble, Texans 7-5, best defense in the league. We'll get to the quarterback. We'll stop anybody. The offense is starting to come around, but they're 7-5. This is why the Chiefs are in big trouble because 6-6 ahead of them with a tiebreaker, I guess, is the Steelers, right? And then the Chiefs. The Chiefs are 3 spots back in the playoffs. They are a win behind the Texans. Now they play the Texans today, so it's a huge game, and it's at home. Arrowhead's a tough place to go into, no matter who you are, but defense travels.
That's what I say. There's a team right there. This is a playoff game for the Chiefs. You lose this game, you're out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I think they might be out anyway. But yes, and then
no. But you lose this game, you are just definitively out. It's not a
we're
question.
Sitting here.
You're not going to make it.
Okay, the Bengals, right? The Bengals, they're probably out. They're 4-8. the Bengals.
Well,
you know who's behind?
give
You
me
know who's
that.
ahead of the Bengals? The Dolphins. The Dolphins are 5-7. The Bengals are 4-8.
Yes.
Now the Dolphins have
No,
won a
the
bunch of
Dolphins-
games. They're not going anywhere, but they're still in the mix.
No, it comes to getting to a number, and then
And
it
then
comes
the
down
Jets,
to
and then the
tiebreakers.
Jets.
And then it comes down to tiebreakers. No, I'm just mad at the Jets. The fact that they've won 3 out of 4 is just crazy.
They actually
to
have
me.
the
We're
Jets.
like,
They actually have the Jets in the
Listen.
on the bubble category.
That being said, yeah, well, no, we're on the bubble of getting, Mendoza, and all I want is, this kid. And I watch him when he gives the corniest post-game interviews after he went out and beat Ohio State last night, and it's like they scripted. He's so bad, and I don't know. I just the Jets, man, they're gonna win like 3 more games. They're gonna end up in a mediocre draft pick.
But
They're
the
gonna
Colts
continue
losing,
on.
the Colts losing like they are is helping the Jets. 'Cause they have the draft pick, right? Daniel Jones is turning back into Daniel Jones.
That.
He's
I
got a
wasn't
broken
even into
leg.
that. I wasn't even. I
Yeah.
wasn't even on that track.
The free
as much,
fall
so
is
that's
helping
even
the
a
Jets.
Nicer one. And that helps them on 2 picks because they got the first and the second, I think, or that I can't remember what it was, but they have that might actually move. That moves the other picks up too. Those 2nd-round picks move up, which is nice.
Yeah, and then injuries, big injuries to this week. You got Aaron Rodgers, like you said, with the broken hand, non-throwing hand. You got Herbert for the Chargers, who has a broken hand, non-throwing hand. He broke it last week. He's listed as questionable. I don't think he's going to
thing,
play.
yeah.
They're playing. No, they have the extra day. They have the break. You're right. They have the extra day because they play tomorrow against the Eagles. But you're going to throw him out there against the Eagles when you are, you're in good shape, right? You're in the 5 seed. You're 8-4. You're going against the Eagles. Now, there's not much room for error for any of these teams, but I wouldn't put my quarterback out. If I'm Harbaugh, I don't put my quarterback out there against the Eagles, who are desperate, right? The Eagles, another one in free fall. And it's kind of all falling apart at the seams for the Eagles. I thought they would get it together, but they haven't. And
There's a few of
he's
these
got a
teams
broken
that
hand.
Might not make the playoffs.
Daniel
Yeah,
Jones,
I know.
in a must-win situation, big game today against Jacksonville, broken leg. Now I don't know how he's playing with a broken leg. Like how is it? What's going on with a broken leg? Like how do you play with a broken leg?
No, you know what it is? There's certain people we just don't care about. Like Daniel Jones, who cares?
They're like, broken leg, get out there, kid.
Like, it's Daniel Jones, so we don't even. It doesn't matter what the report says. Why are we even doing the MRI?
They're like, Peyton would have
the
played.
point?
Peyton would have played.
Yeah.
And then over in the NFC, you got the Bears.
Andrew Luck, why'd you leave?
Well, Andrew Luck left because that's how they treat the people with injuries. They're like, oh,
Exactly.
concussion?
Like,
Get-
you play with why aren't you out there with a broken leg? And Andrew Luck's like, I'm retired.
I'm going to go be the AD over at Stanford for
Thanks,
$2 million.
no thanks.
So you got the Bears, which to me out of nowhere, right? The Bears, and I don't think the Bears are this good. They're 9-3. We'll see today. Today's a litmus test for the Bears against the Packers.
Is it one of those teams that we look back and
They're
keep
9-3.
doubting and
Right,
keep
they're
doubting
9-3.
and they keep just proving us wrong? It's like last year was the Redskins when we were like, don't ride this wave. We know they're going to go win that first round, and they're going to like. You watch all these other teams because we've watched them forever, but eventually someone else steps up, and we're watching it this year with a whole bunch of teams that we've been waiting to see if they can do something. And it looks like we've got a few. I can't decide. Is it all these teams coming back to earth, the best ones, or is it these new wave of teams coming up?
Yeah, I think it's the new wave of team coming up. We're just not used to it. We're not used to the Chiefs because the Chiefs, right? The Chiefs, if the Chiefs lose today, currently they have a 35% chance of making the playoffs. If the Chiefs lose today, 11% chance of making the playoffs. If they win, 50% chance of making the playoffs. Now, right behind the Chiefs is the Dolphins. Ready? Listen to this. The Dolphins currently 1% chance to make the playoffs. If they lose, 1% chance to make the playoffs. If they win, 1% chance to make the playoffs. So, and then behind them is the Bengals. If they lose, they're currently at 3%. If they lose, 1%. If they win, 8%. Jets are 1 across the board.
I don't think that. Yeah, they just.
If everything breaks right, Brad, you never know.
No, you just have the wrong stats. We got it. What are the chances of them getting the number 1 pick if they win or lose? Is the Jets?
Well,
that's
a lot higher.
I need.
So now in the
That's
NFC,
what I need.
Bears 9-3, Rams 9-3. They've been widely kind of considered the best team in the NFC for a while, the best team in football for a little while.
Yeah, but they had the rough go 2 weeks ago, and so that people have a little question mark next to the Rams right now.
The
So
Eagles,
it's not as everybody thought they were going to run with it.
Eagles 3 seed, of course, and you know what? The Eagles now, I think they could take a deep breath a little bit, right? Because that Dallas loss on Thursday night to Detroit kind of sent. Now you don't have to worry about the division. You're going to win the division. Dallas can't really get you to the division. And now you can kind of straighten things out, get whatever you got to get together with
and whoever it is coming in to play you in Philly in that wild card weekend if you don't make it into. I like it.
And then the Bucks, Bucks,
but they're also going to lose this week though. So that's
not if Herbert plays. If Herbert doesn't play, they got the Chargers at home.
He's playing
with a broken hand, so he's playing with a broken hand. I love the Chargers. I love Herbert. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Then you got the Bucks, who are the leaders in the South, which is another dicey situation, and then you got the Seahawks 9-3 in the 5 seed. Now it gets a little dicey. 6 seed is the Packers, and then San Francisco. So San Francisco's got the last wild card spot, and then on the outside looking in right now, Lions. Now they won, big win against Dallas. I think the loser of that game was out.
Huge win.
Yeah, that was a huge game. That was a huge game.
Such a huge game. I had Dallas winning that game.
It was a shootout, 44-30.
A total shootout, and it shows you that old Dallas defense we've seen all year that people thought was gone, and now giving up 44 points. I don't know, man. Like I have a Detroit.
Detroit's not as good this year. They kind of climbed to the top of the mountain, right? They were 2 minutes away from a Super Bowl.
But they still have the firepower, so it's odd because it's like it all comes down to the offensive lines you learn in this game, man. Philly was good last year because they didn't have the greatest running back in the history of running backs. They had the greatest offensive line in the history of offensive lines.
Yeah,
that's the game, and you look and it's the same thing over here. You go Detroit the last couple of years, they have a great setup.
But they had a big offense. Detroit had a huge offense.
No, yeah, right. Gibbs, Montgomery, Amon-Ra, all of it. It's huge, but it's the offensive line, and they have a little bit of issues where it's just a tick worse than it was last year, and that changes the, ability to just crush everybody down the field with Amon-Ra.
The NFC is not as wild because, like in the AFC, you go 10 deep. The Chiefs at 10th. They have, if they win, a 50% chance. So they're right there. When you get to 10 in the NFC, the 10th place team, it's the Cowboys. They have a 7% chance. They've already lost this week. And then you got the Panthers and the Lions are outside looking in. Now, the Lions got to make the playoffs. You can't miss the playoffs if you're the Lions. That was a huge win. Panthers. Big game. Panthers have a bye this week. So they're sitting still.
Which means
20% chance.
I don't know who they're playing the week after.
I'll tell you right now.
When you have that bye, you're prepping, and if another team's coming off a short week and you're going into a bye, I'm telling you, the Panthers are the sleeper. They are the Redskins of this year. They are the team that nobody's got on their radar.
Tough schedule. Yeah, okay, ready? Saints.
Right after the bye.
The bye this week. Saints, Bucks, Seahawks.
Win the Bucks game.
Seahawks, Bucks.
Yep. No, this is how it goes, right?
And they finish on the road.
No, ready? If they win their next 2 games, they're golden. Where are they? They win. That means the Bucks lose the game.
They got the Saints in New Orleans, and then they got the Bucks at home.
So if they go 2-0. I know if they go 2-0 and the Bucks go 1-1.
If they go 2-0, they will be 8 they will be 9-6, and the Bucks will be. Let's say the Bucks win today.
1-1.
The Bucks will be 8.
Is it
8-6? So they'll have a game lead in the division. It's going to be It's a one team. You got to win the division down there. That's what you're coming down to.
I think that after 3 weeks from now, when all of a sudden when Carolina beats New Orleans and they beat the Bucks, which I think they're going to do.
Carolina has some bad losses. I mean, they have good wins, but they played better lately.
They're playing good. No, the difference is this is kind of similar to they're playing well now, as we talked about before we went on air. Like Notre Dame lost early in the year. The Panthers lost some tough games early in the year. Right now they're good, and right now they're better. And I believe that the Panthers are going to squeeze their way in,
and the Lions
come down to probably beating the Bucks in the final week.
Yeah, well, they got the Bucks twice, right? That's what it is. It's going to come down to those 2 games.
I don't believe in Bryce Young, and I am have watched enough football to realize eventually you just got to start believing.
Now the Lions.
I'm gonna try and get on this bandwagon early, and I should.
Lions already with a win in their back pocket this week, right? Big win. Yeah. Now they got it. Listen, it's not terrible, but it's not easy. They got the Rams next week in Los Angeles. Tough game. Then they got home to the Steelers in Minnesota, and they finish off against the Bears, which is tough, obviously. But let's say the Bears, win out these couple games. It could be just getting ready.
The Steelers aren't very good.
No, I don't think so either. And I think Aaron Rodgers' last stand is probably today. I think this is it. I think he's gonna get beat up today.
I believe his career ends with him being walked off the field injured, not horribly, and that's in you don't really ever see him again.
He was yelling at the press and everybody. He was pissed off. He was calling out his team.
He can't hit his receiver.
And the fans are killing him. The fans are killing him because they're like, oh yeah, it's the same guy who's missing meetings to go smoke to go hit peyote in the desert.
He's only fun to be around when he's winning, and even then he's not fun to be around.
And he's a weird dude, and he's a weirdo. Aaron Rodgers is a weird dude.
The only good quality Aaron Rodgers ever had in the whole world of the NFL is winning. And that's that. Once that goes away, he doesn't have many good qualities.
Yeah, no. So that's what's going on there. And then we kind of went over it. Rising team, dark horses. Like the dark horses, it's got to be the Chiefs, right? The Chiefs are a team that could win the Super Bowl. The Chiefs could win the Super Bowl. They're currently in Week 14 in the 10 spot with a 35% chance to make the playoffs.
Nope. This team is going to go...
there's nobody in the AFC they can't beat. I'm saying there's nobody that they can't beat.
No, it's not that. They're going to go 500. They're going to lose today. And so
I can see them losing. I can absolutely see them losing today. I can absolutely.
It's going to be a good game. Their defense can win it for them, and so can their offense. Whatever, but they're in trouble, man. Today's the day, and it's really, I think with them, it's more like, who do you guys show up to play? Are you there?
Oh, I think they'll show up. Andy Reid and Mahomes. Just what the thing is his offensive line is all banged up. They're playing against the best defense in football. It might be Mahomes just running around there trying to do it himself. And not saying he can't. We all know he can.
He can.
But
we can. No, he definitely can. And like we've talked about, it's offensive line, man. You're right. If they get pressure on him on every play,
and they're going to, they're going to.
But no, or if you can't run the ball, then you're in trouble. I'm sorry, Kareem Hunt can't run the ball. You don't. The rest is not going to be easy. Now, Mahomes will scramble and make things happen. But you know what? You're seeing more and more get exposed, and more picks and more fumbles, and he's going to eventually just get hurt. But they're in it, man. They just need to win today.
Yeah, no, I agree. And listen, it's a big day. Let's take a look. Weather across the country where the games are. Look, listen, snow and nothing crazy, right? Nothing that's unexpected. Snow in Buffalo. You got cold and some mix in.
Yeah, but that's the Buffalo game. That's points of the week. That Buffalo Bengals game is
and then you got
something.
Yeah, and then you got Bears Packers. See, this one says 41. I don't think that's right. I heard that it was going to be freezing, 18 degrees, 20 degrees. And then you got what's the Steelers? The Steelers, is the Steelers up there? No, they got the Bucks. It's going to rain with the Bucks, but the Bucks will beat the Saints. And then you got the Jets. The Jets 44 and then 41. It's home. The Jets are home today?
Home game.
Well, let's go to the game, bro. Let's get some tickets.
Are there any domes on there? Do you have any weathers for domes?
No, I don't think I have weathers.
Are you sure?
Hold on.
I need to know if you have the weather for a dome on there. I can't.
Hold on. I do.
It's on a small screen. It's kind of a small
screen. Seahawks at Falcons. Seahawks at Falcons. 63. 63. Partly cloudy.
75 and perfect.
75 and perfect. All right, you jerk. All right, so now you jerk. So now let's get to.
I'm so glad. Yeah, I'm so glad.
No, I was like, oh, wait. We also have a game that already happened. Cowboys Lions. 36 and cloudy for Thursday. Last Thursday's game. 36 and cloudy
in a dome.
Yeah, it's crazy. Oh man, 36 and cloudy in the dome. So Brave, if you go into the game, on Thursday, that already happened.
Just so
Bring your jacket. Bring your jacket.
Just so you people can understand what that means. How you feel right now? Like you're just sitting here, you're comfortable, normal. That's the temp.
That's the temp. Perfect. All right, so let's get to our guest here now. We got from the field. It's gonna be a Steelers report. It's a guy. Listen, I haven't talked to this guy in a long time. He's a Dodger hater. I would love to talk to him World Series. I'm not going to, because we're going to do that on a separate show. But he hates the Dodgers. He's a big Pirates fan. So we're gonna talk to him. We're gonna take schemes from him. But Mark Mancini is going to talk to us from the Steelers' perspective. Big game in Pittsburgh, right? It's in Pittsburgh. Big game in Pittsburgh from the Steelers and the Ravens. Let's welcome in Mark Mancini. Mark, let me just get you on the field. Let me just get you in the screen here.
It's in Baltimore. It's in Baltimore.
Oh, it's in Baltimore? Okay.
Yeah, one second, in Baltimore.
I got him right here. There we go. Hold on. There he is. Where is he? Right. Hold on. I'm going to just put you on the screen here, Mark. Hold on. There you go.
There he is.
There he is. Mark Mancini. What's up, Mark?
Oh,
What's up,
yeah,
Mark?
you started it out real good. You know I hate the Dodgers.
Of course you hate the Dodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. How's Aaron Rodgers doing over there with the Jets?
Hey, wait a minute.
Here you go.
Hey, we got a big problem in Pittsburgh with Tomlin, but we'll get into that moment.
No. Okay. Are you really someone who thinks you can find somebody better than Tomlin?
Well, Tomlin hasn't done anything since 2016 in playoffs. He hasn't won a playoff game since then. So you do the math, it's a decade where it's just been inconsistency. Yeah, it's 19 straight seasons you're looking at without a losing record in Pittsburgh. They don't fire anybody in Pittsburgh, not like they do with the Jets.
No.
How many coaches since the 60s?
Three coaches, right?
Three.
Chuck Noll.
That's incredible.
Tower.
You know, when we got rid of
we had more in the last year for the Jets. We had more in the last year for the Jets.
Yeah, but that was the first time in 82 years we got rid of our offensive coordinator like that. So we don't get rid of people in Pittsburgh. We keep them or we put them in different positions. But I think the big thing with Tomlin's going to come March. If the Steelers don't pick up his option, it's going to be like another Dan Reeves, Pat Bowlen thing in Denver.
Now, can you win this game today and then have a chance to maybe make the playoffs?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. When you look at classic matchups, you got to go back to Dallas, Washington. You go back to the Rams and 49ers. But nothing beats the Steelers and Ravens. You can cut it with a knife. I think the last 10 times they've played, it's been single-digit wins, 3 points, 4 points, or 5 points. But I will tell you, I think Pittsburgh can go in there. Lamar Jackson's kind of banged up. Steelers are facing the music with not only their fans and everything, but they're now facing it with the media. I think this is going to be, we're going to find out what Aaron Rodgers is made out of, and Steelers are going to try to take control of the division.
Well, it's a rivalry game, right? And those could always go either way. But Aaron Rodgers, he seems to listen. He's been falling off. He's not the quarterback he used to be. Obviously,
he's hurt.
He's not. And he's been hurt.
When he gets hurt, it's a little tough.
And he's a crybaby. Well, he's a crybaby. He's a diva.
I've always said this with you before, Bob. And when you look at it, is sometimes you got to take the kid out of the city. He was a flop in New York. He's struggling a little in Pittsburgh.
Oh, we lose you. Oh, we lost him. All right, so we'll get back. Mark, get back to us. Call back in. We'll get him back on. Listen, I don't think there he is. Hold on. We got him back. This is what live TV is about. I'm trying to produce it and I'm trying to do everything all at once here. Oh, Brett, we lost Brett too. Hold on. I decided to do a live show because we kicked you and Brett off. Hold on one second. Hold on. Okay, so he's not back yet. He's gonna come back on in a second. But I mean, he's a weird dude too. He's a weird dude. He's not on.
He's a drama queen.
Brett, I decided to do a live show, Brett, myself. I kicked you both off.
The problem there is
it's the last thing we need.
Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
The receivers, they only have DK Metcalf. I mean, Pickens was a bust there, so they sent him out. But look at they got problems. They can't stop the run. They but this is their last 5 games are going to dictate what we got here. And they'll come back home. They'll get Miami. They got to go to Detroit, and then they'll get Cleveland and Baltimore again to close the season.
So they got to, that's a manageable schedule. If they can, so they got Baltimore twice now. That's going to be the tough thing. If you could split those games, you're going to win the other two, right? You should beat Cleveland and you should beat, is it Miami?
Detroit's
did you say?
tough. Detroit's tough away at Detroit.
Miami's playing well.
Like what? Miami's 2-45 in the degrees under 30.
Yeah. You're right. Did they go in the Lambo?
You can't be grasping onto that. You gotta try. That's the last.
But again, I think
Detroit is a tough game.
I think you're crazy. You want to get let's say they lose all 4 or 5 games. I still wouldn't. There's nobody out there better than Tomlin. There's no better football coaches. You think it's just stale? You think it's stale?
If the Steelers get knocked out of this thing after starting the season 4-1, and the Ravens were 1-4. The only good thing in Pittsburgh for the next couple months till spring training starts is Pittsburgh Penguins hockey.
Yeah, which they're not that great this year either. The Rangers aren't either.
Yeah, but you know what? Certain head coaches,
that's why we gave you our
so great.
Yeah. You're right.
They just run their course, though. Eventually it's just, even if you were great or was, and maybe you aren't, but it's just they need a new regime. They need some new people behind it. Need some fresh blood. They tried to piece this together this year. Yeah, very much so.
I take him in a heartbeat.
And I think Tomlin's ready to go.
I hope they do fire him. I take him with the Giants in a heartbeat.
But the problem in New York, and you guys know this, is too many outside distractions. You don't give a coach enough time. You change coaches like you change underwear there. I mean, look at the quarterback that come through there. You haven't had a quarterback in New York with the Jets since Richard Todd and Mark Sanchez.
No. And this guy over here, Bob's trying to get me to run Aaron Glenn out of town already.
Mark Sanchez.
Yeah. And this guy's trying to get me to run Aaron Glenn out of town. I go, no, give the guy. You need to just sit. If we keep changing coaches, we're never gonna go anywhere.
Would you fire Aaron Glenn? Would you fire Aaron Glenn if Tomlin was interested in the Jets?
Well, no. You'd have.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Brett, you're an idiot.
Okay, but the thing here, if
not today,
if you get Tomlin in New York, you're going to have to give him complete control of the organization as far as making big decisions.
Oh, you mean Joe Shane can't run the ship anymore? What are we going to do?
Johnson, they'll never.
Yeah, Woody Johnson, give me a break.
Right to the top, though. It's more ownership, right? It's the Maras or it's,
Woody Johnson looks like one of those trucks in a Christmas Macy parade.
The worst.
Woody Johnson's playing Madden trying to figure out who should start this week. I mean, listen, and Mara, listen, Mara's dying, right? He's got cancer. Mara's dying. Yeah. That's part of the reason. That's part of the problem over there is why Joe Shane should have never been able to even give this press conference the other day. And he's there going, he's going, well, it wasn't all Dable that wanted the quarterback, and give me a break. Like, he's a joke. It's a joke.
And you know what? We lead the country in 15-minute car chases, and now it's starting to reflect back in New York with Jackson Dart. He's not going nowhere either. No,
I disagree. I think they got a quarterback, right? I think he's got to be careful because he's going to get himself killed. You can't run around like that in the NFL. You get yourself killed.
His attitude is he's going to go for it.
Go ask Randall Cunningham how he did.
But Randall Cunningham was pretty successul, right? He was all right. He didn't win Super Bowls.
The only guy that was successful, and I loved him dearly, is Fran Tarkenton.
What you mean with a runner? No. What about
Randall Cunningham's the best punter you guys ever had.
Michael Vick was.
Michael Vick was had a good arm.
Good arm. But, come on, man. You really think Michael Vick was in that class with Fran Tarkenton?
No. Fran Tarkenton's obviously a Hall of Famer.
Lord, please, just don't ever say
But you think Fran Tarkenton was the runner that Michael Vick was? I mean, I didn't see Fran Tarkenton, so I can't.
Fran Tarkenton with Chuck Foreman and the Vikings were. The only thing is they couldn't win the Super Bowl. I mean, they went there 4 times and came up offers. But the Vikings were a tough team back in the heyday.
Which is a little known fact, too. A lot of people don't realize that. Everyone talks about the Bills going to 4 Super Bowls and losing 4 in a row, which is one of the great accomplishments in all of sports, by the way. Getting to 4 Super Bowls is one of the great accomplishments you could possibly have. But the Vikings did the same thing. They lost 4 Super Bowls. Might not have been in a row. They lost 4 Super Bowls in, what was it, the 70s?
Yeah, that was well in the 90s, too. The 90s it was.
No, they didn't lose Super Bowls. They lost to the Giants 41-0 in the NFC Championship game.
They
With
lost to
Kerry
the
Collins.
Cowboys
Kerry
twice.
Collins.
I think they lost to the Cowboys. They lost to the Redskins. So yeah, they came up short in the Super Bowl. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Hey, the way this thing is mapped out right now, boys. I'll tell you, and you know, I'm not an LA guy by any shape, way, or form, but I've always been intrigued by this team, and they don't rebuild; they retool. Keep your eyes on the Rams in the NFC. It could be the Rams Patriots.
Yep.
Where are you? Yep. Where you living these? Where you living these days?
No way.
Oh, is that what's going on?
He's all the way. He's out there in LA. Comes on the show, does nothing but bash LA. Come on, call me and be like, come on.
I'm dealing with all these crackhead Dodger fans out here. You know that.
What's the guy say?
I tell him, give me. I know you're a Dodger fan, but name me 5 Dodgers.
Yeah. Listen,
buy the hats and the merch.
Ohtani, and Will Smith is all they need, buddy.
Yeah. Now I've started something on TikTok with it's not a prediction, it's a spoiler. You guys ain't going to the playoffs next year, so now I've got a heated mess on my
right. You know what Mark is? Mark is me. Mark is me in the mid-90s with the Yankees. Like, it's just hopeless. It's hopeless hate.
Well,
it's hopeless hate.
Hey, you know what? This thing spreads more than the Dodgers, man. It's the Ravens and the Capitals I can't stand.
Yeah, but that's fine. The Ravens, you're a Pittsburgh. You're a Pittsburgh fan. You're a Pittsburgh guy. You're from Pittsburgh. Now, they're not gonna. Do they win today? Gun to your head. Do they win?
Today. I think they win today.
You think the Steelers win?
I do.
Wow.
I will tell you, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. I know it's going to be a rainstorm there, and I like this quarterback tremendously. They just said you never know what you're going to get in the fourth quarter with him. Don't be surprised if the Jags take out the Colts.
Yeah, but the Colts are free fall, right? They've lost 4 or 5. No, Daniel Jones has a broken leg.
Yeah, but
they can fall out of the.
Taylor can run in this kind of.
He's good.
He's a great runner in this weather. So if they can contain him, Lawrence does his part.
That's the division right there. That game's basically for them. And they play each other again, though. They play each other again.
Is that the same thing for this one here?
Real fast. I know you guys got to go, and I love it from the field, man. We got to do this every Sunday.
This is good. I
will tell you this: my niece is a cheerleader for the Bulldogs. Don't be
Georgia.
If Alabama for the Bulldogs.
Okay,
don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if the Crimson Tide get in there and roll everybody.
First of all,
wow,
it's absurd.
Wow.
It's absurd. First of all, the Crimson Tide were non-competitive yesterday, right? There was not a snap in that game where anybody that knew anything about football thought that Alabama had a chance to win. Not a snap in the game, right? Not a snap in the game. No, they were 7-0 right off the bat, right? Not a snap in the game. And then they have 3 losses. Okay, Notre Dame has 2 losses. Miami has 2 losses. How is Miami the odd man out when Miami beat Notre Dame head on and they have one less loss than Alabama? The fact it's so, and I hate it. Yeah, and I know you can put 100 teams in, and the 101st team will complain, but I think Miami's getting a raw deal.
You know what it reminds me of? The old WWE with Ted DiBiase. Show me the money.
Yeah, it's about as rigged. It's about as rigged as that. It's about as rigged.
If you think they're keeping Notre Dame and Alabama out, you're out of your mind.
But it's a shame. It's a shame, right? And I agree. That's how they do it, and I agree. But Alabama was non-competitive yesterday. And by the way, why is this the first I'm hearing that you're what is it? Your granddaughter or your
niece?
Niece. I want her on the show next Sunday, not you.
Hold on. Hey, let me tell you something. If Alabama doesn't win this thing, Georgia will end up winning it.
What about Indiana? Indiana played like the 85 Bears yesterday.
Man. Come on, everybody has a birthday. That's not a football school. That's a
I know it's not. But Duke, right? Duke, I watched, last night at 11 o'clock, I started watching games. Duke and Indiana won games in wild fashion. Now, and Duke's got 5 losses, but they won games in wild fashions. Now they're in the playoffs. Those are 2 basketball schools.
Yeah,
right? I've been saying.
Well, let me ask you.
Go ahead.
Who's your Heisman?
Jeremiah Love.
Yeah, Jeremiah Love. He's got the Notre Dame guy.
See, I
know he's not going to win it, but
The
That's
problem
who's
is, it's hard
honestly,
to take,
he's the most valuable
yeah,
guy on any team right now.
see, the problem is it's hard to take Notre Dame seriously when they really don't play anybody.
They don't. They don't.
They bash Pittsburgh.
And they won't.
bash,
Get in the conference, Notre Dame. Get in the conference already.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I
that's
know
what
with the
I
money.
No,
Talk
I
about the
agree.
money. Talk about taking the money. Get in the conference.
They don't. Nobody wants to be in a conference now. Conference finals weekend and conference championship weekend is what gets you kicked out of the playoffs.
Notre
That's
Dame
what's
got in.
going on.
Notre Dame got
Dame's
in.
Loving this.
You're right.
Are you
You're
kidding
right.
me? We get all the independent money, and then we don't have to go get knocked out. We'll play.
Yo, they get all the NBC money. All the NBC money comes flowing in.
Take the tough games early. Everybody's going to line up big games in week 1 and 2 and soften that schedule as much as possible at the end. It's going to be the new playbook.
But Notre Dame plays the same team. BC, Navy. Come on.
So I've got it where my buddy's listening to the show as I'm on the speaker and everything, and he's a big
What's wrong with the triple
Ottawa
option?
Senators fan.
Ottawa.
Give me a break. They're not.
Listen. Come
Where
back
the
in
hell's
February. Tell them to come
Ottawa?
back in February. Tell them to come back in February. We'll talk Ottawa Senators.
Where's Ottawa? Hey, real fast, the World Cup, man. The Italians are out, so I'm going to pull it for the States.
The Italians are out of the World Cup? What happened,
man.
bro?
See, that's the,
Like, what
is
happened?
that all about? I'm on the Italian team myself.
They didn't
Yeah,
qualify.
that's embarrassed. That's
I got
embarrassing.
the
The
Italian
Italians?
jersey. Look at this. I got the Italian jersey who has my last name. He's the one who kicked the field. He kicked the goal to
Baggio.
win the World Cup.
No,
His last
Grasso,
name is
Grasso.
Right, yeah.
How did the Italians miss the World Cup?
I don't know. The World Cup's messed
Busy.
up if you don't qualify, and they brought like 48
It's so-
countries into this thing, raised from 32. Come on, man, give me a break. Who are these other countries that are going to get in there?
Well,
and
settle
actually do something?
hey, Mr. Italiano, you're not even
They're
in
not
it.
even-
They raised it.
they're not
They
even gonna let
expanded it to 48 countries, and you didn't even make it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
They're not
We're on
even
the
going to let
outside
half these
looking in.
countries in. They're going to be stuck
Let
at the
me tell you
border at
something.
customs.
We got the
When
finals.
when the dust clears, you know who's going to be there. The Brazils, the Argentinians, the Frances. Some of these other countries are there for a song and dance.
I don't know. We got the final right here at MetLife.
Favorable
And-
draw. Favorable
do
group
we-
for the
You know
U.S.
what? You know what it reminds me of, and you guys could probably agree with this. It reminds me of calling up a guy from the AAA for a day to pitch because he had a doubleheader, and then you send him right back after. That's what these countries are coming in for. They're going to come in and go
Yep.
right out.
Yeah, listen. But some
Money.
countries it's
Same
just
as
about being
everything.
there.
Money,
just
money,
about being
money.
there. Some countries just want to be there, right? And what about that? What about the Iraq, or was it Iraq or Iran or something? Right? A couple. They made a run.
It's just like the Steelers in the playoffs. They just like to be there.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's what's going to feel like. It's going to feel like deja vu again. The Bucks without the Greek freak.
I like Baker. I
Oh,
think
my
Baker's
God.
a wild card. Baker can win any game, any day.
No. He's talking about Milwaukee. He's saying the guy who's going
I'm
to end up probably
talking
playing
about
for
the
the Knicks
Bucks.
in the
Oh,
game.
Oh yeah. We're gonna get your bar. That's right. Your
He's
Bucks.
going to New York or he's going to L.A.
You're so random. I can't even keep track. The Bucks, the Penguins, the Steelers.
So, all right,
I can't even keep track.
Real quick, does the winner of the Steelers Ravens matchup, is that the winner of the division
Today, because they play again.
today?
That's the winner.
Whoever wins today wins the division. All right.
Hey, let me
You
tell
better
you
hope you
something.
get
They're
it.
talking
35-10 Baltimore.
100%.
No, come on, man. You never. It's a
Two for Henry, two
Let me
for
tell you,
Jackson.
with all the games that they're talking about, big rivalries this weekend: Bears, Packers, Colts, Jags, and all
Jets,
these other ones
Dolphins.
you're talking about. Yeah, nothing beats
Two
the
hottest teams in
Ravens and
football.
Steelers.
No, Steelers Ravens. Great rivalry. Great
Oh,
rivalry.
yeah. No,
It's almost.
it really
I'm
is.
not-
Let me ask you this: is it better than Pats? Is it better than now? It's not a rivalry anymore. But back when, and this isn't as big a rivalry as it was either, but back in the day, 10, 15 years ago, what was a bigger, better rivalry? Steelers, Ravens, or Colts, Patriots? I say Colts, Patriots.
Steelers, Ravens, and I will tell you what was bigger than the Patriots and Colts because you didn't really see them a lot.
No,
It was
you're
the
right.
Cowboys, Redskins.
In
Cowboys,
the,
Redskins.
in the
had some
early
great
90s,
rivalries.
Giants, Eagles. There's plenty of them out there.
I will tell you this. I'm so glad that the Houston Texans will run over the Kansas City Chiefs, so I don't have to see the Duck Dynasty guys, the Kelseys anymore. I don't
It's
have
over.
to see Taylor Swift that's trying out for the next Joker movie with that lipstick, and she's probably 70 pounds dripping wet. I am so glad they will be buried tonight in Kansas City by the Texans.
I
Sure, the NFL's not going to rig it and get them in there. You
Listen.
know they got
Listen.
something.
Number one rule is don't come on the show and insult the host. I'm a big Taylor Swift fan.
Are you a Taylor Swift?
Yeah. You know why? Because it's catchy.
Come
It's catchy. It's catchy. I like Taylor Swift. I'm a Swiftie.
You
Any
know-
day of the
come on,
week.
man.
I would go to see her concert any day of the week.
Oh my God! You know when you bring me on the show, there's no filter.
Yeah, no, and listen, I know what I'm getting into. I know what I'm getting into.
Hey,
I knew there was going to be Penguins and Dodgers and talking.
Listen. You know when I start this show, and I usually start it with XM. When they come in from New York, I usually ask them. Pittsburgh stops after the East Coast. Where is New York? Is that somewhere in the Atlantic?
I found Mark. I found Mark on LinkedIn, and I had him on one time, and he turned it into a weekly show, our own show, every Tuesday. That I like before I even knew it. We had our own. It was our own show every Tuesday. So Mark, we'll see you. We'll see you next
Sunday.
We'll see you next Sunday, Mark. Mark Mancini.
It's good having you on,
I
Mark.
love you guys. You'll see me next
Good
Sunday
seeing
when
you.
we squish the fish in the berg.
You got it, buddy.
I'll take that.
35-10 Ravens.
I love you.
Later.
Thank you.
Later, brother.
Mark Mancini. He's good, right? Oh, it's the first time you've ever been on with him, right?
Yeah, we were on. Yeah, that's good. That was a good time.
Yeah, he's a nut. I love him. He's a nut job, but I love
like
him.
that. Yeah, well, that's exactly why. That's what we're like.
All right, so now it's time for our picks. We're going to go through our picks, Sunday selection. We're going to go real quick. We got 45 minutes until kickoff of the 1 o'clock games. And Brett, we're going to go through this real quick. Let's see. We got the odds and everything like that. Let's see. Here we go. First game. And, it's your boys here. Jets, Dolphins. Jets, getting 2.5 points. Who you got?
There's the
way,
2.5, man. It's actually a late touchdown by the Dolphins that go over the Jets. So the Dolphins will be down by 4, and they will score a touchdown late, and the Jets, try to probably throw a pick in the last drive.
Yeah. It'll be closer than you think, but I think Dolphins win probably by like 10 points.
Yeah, you might be right.
Big one in Jacksonville, Colts, Jaguars. It's basically a pick 'em. It's a 1 o'clock game. Daniel Jones is hurt. They're free fall. Jacksonville's surging. I think the Colts find a way to win.
I think you're wrong. I think your boy Mark is right. And we kind of, like we've been talking about the last few weeks, I think the Colts are the team that really struggles the rest of the way and could find themselves out of a playoff spot at some point. And I believe that the Colts, the Jags win it.
Two teams playing out the string. You got listen, I like Washington in this because the Minnesota's a nightmare. They have no quarterback. The quarterback's been hurt. He was no good. The quarterback that they picked in the draft, what's his name? I can't think of his name. I'm drawing a blank.
McCarthy.
That's the kid from Michigan, right?
Constantly injured. Probably isn't that great if he wasn't injured.
Turns out he stinks.
Quarterbacks there. They got rid of all the good quarterbacks they had there.
Yeah, Washington. So you like Washington, right? Titans, Browns. We like Deion's kid, and we like the Titans to kind of help out the Giants and put the Giants on the clock.
I need the same thing. So I need the Browns to win. So the Jets end up with that first pick. The Browns all day.
I think the Browns win.
Kid. Yeah.
He didn't have a good game last week. I was all over the Browns. I thought they were going to beat the Niners. That game was You were right though in a couple of games. You were big on the Rams loss.
Oh, there was a couple.
You got the Rams.
The other ones.
Because that was the surprising one. That was a big one. I was all over the Browns last week. No, not even close. Seattle, Atlanta.
That didn't work out.
Atlanta's a mess. Seattle's going to blow right through them. They should easily cover the 6.5. I know it's on the road, but it's in a dome. Seattle's a good team. Seattle's kind of under the radar here, but people aren't talking about Seattle.
No, because they had that one bad week where Sam Darnold was seeing ghosts again.
Yeah, they got blown out. They got blown out by the Rams.
Yeah, and it was bad, but it was just horrific. It was like it just showed you that that's the type of team that makes it to the playoffs, has a great record, and just stumbles and does nothing one weekend.
Yeah, but if they somehow get home games, that's a tough place to go.
I said this. That's exactly what we talked about a few weeks ago. I go, listen, but the problem is they don't end up in that top seed, which is what I thought. If they're not in that top 1 or 2, and if they don't end up with a home game for the NFC Championship, they're
9-3. They're 9-3. They're right on the ass of Chicago. I'm telling you,
if they're the 1 or 2 seed, they are probably going to the NFC Championship, and at home, that's going to be a very tough for anybody to come into. but I don't think they get there. I think they actually stumble. But today's a win.
Big one we haven't talked much about. Bills need a win.
Love
Yeah, they're not going to win. I don't think they're going to catch New England. They're not going to catch New England, but they need a win here. You got the Bengals who are feisty, a tough 4-8 team.
Their defense needs to have a good day. They need to show that they can slow down a high-powered offense. So, especially if there is a little bit of snow and it's cold and all that other stuff like we talked about. I don't know where this is. I think this might actually
be in Buffalo. It's in Buffalo. It's in Buffalo.
Sure
yeah.
I think you had all the games reversed earlier when you were, picking. So
this one's in Buffalo.
It doesn't matter. But yeah, I think that Buffalo wins this game. I think that they win this game by 10 points. I think Josh Allen has 2 running and 2 passing. And I think Joe Burrow has a little bit of a, let's call it a sophomore slump in his second game back from injury.
53.5. You think it goes over?
I hate betting unders.
It's unders are no fun. That's why.
I don't think that the Bengals put up the points. I think you get a
maybe a 30 to 10, 30 to 10,
35 to 14, 17, and so it's going to be right on the edge.
Yeah, but it's close. It's always going to be right on the close. It's always going to be close, right? They're not going to miss it that much.
Buffalo. I don't think it's going to be as back and forth as they expected, and I think it's going to be a little bit more Buffalo one-sided, and the Bengals not able to produce. But
can the Bucks do the Bucks stub their toe in at home, right? This in New Orleans, not going 8.5. And they don't think the Saints are going to score any points either because they got it at 41.5. So obviously,
it's going to be and they're going to take their foot off the gas. It's going to be 28 to 13.
Okay. So then next we got another pretty big one, right? The Rams need to get back on track. Rams, Cardinals. Cardinals are not terrible. They're not good by any stretch of the imagination, but they're not terrible. You got the Rams and the Cardinals. It's in Arizona. Now, I know Arizona's 3-9, but they played a couple tough games. They played well in some games. The Rams are clearly better. But
just because
I'm going to pick the Cardinals to cover.
I know I want to. To be honest with you, I want to. And the more that I just
8.5 is a lot.
It could be a rout. It could be an absolute rout.
47 nothing Cardinals, and the game goes under.
I see at least 4 touchdowns from the Rams.
All right, and then the game of the day: Bears, Packers, Lambeau Field, snow, 10 degrees, freezing. Both teams, it basically could mean the number 1 seed. It might mean that it's going to mean a big step towards winning the division. It could mean the trip to a Super Bowl goes through Lambeau or goes through Soldier Field. Do the Packers and Jordan Love, they've been putting it together lately. I don't have faith in them. I never really thought they were as good as other people think. The spread is 7-point spread. Packers laying 7. Because the Bears, I'm telling you, the Bears came out of nowhere. Nobody saw the Bears.
No, you're taking the Bears and the points. Taking that 7 points.
Yeah, but here's the problem with that is they're begging you to take the Bears, right? There's a reason. There's something we don't know. They're begging you to take the Bears, and it's always a problem.
Right. You're right. The Packers are clearly, or you take the Packers money line. That's as best I can do.
Yeah, but I guarantee the Packers money line. I'm going to look it up because I guarantee
it's minus 7. So you're at like
300,
350 or something like that.
Yeah. And why would you ever take that?
Yeah. You know why? Because you win that bet. You lost the other bet. The other bets are losers. That's the
I know. I say that all the time. That's not a bet. That's not a bad strategy because you're right. You do win. You win $10 on 100.
Picking the winners isn't a bad strategy.
But yeah, you're right. Because I sit there all the time and I'm like, nah, I'm not doing this. I'm only going to win $30. No. And then I lose.
Yeah.
And then I lose.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell you what it is right now.
Win by 2 touchdowns.
Oh, it's
even. You could have coasted to victory.
Yeah.
You could have coasted to you could have sat with your feet up in the second half.
Yeah. minus 310 plus 250.
Yeah, exactly. No. Give me a parlay instead of something.
Or just tease it. Just tease it. Get it down to 3.
Who needs money?
Get it down. But it's so true because I do that all the time. I go, I'm not going to win $20.
I'm talking about it right now, and I'm going to do that.
You're going to bet the Bears. I'll bet the Bears money line. I'll bet the Bears money line. before I bet
I'm
the
gonna
Packers
put
money
in
line.
Caleb Williams to like rush for a touchdown with it, and I'm gonna like either just
Because you know what I'll do? I'll do Bears money line, Caleb Williams first touchdown.
yes.
So I can win like $10 to win.
And he ends up with 3, but not the first.
Not the first. I know.
It was a kickoff for a touchdown.
Story of my life right there.
Kickoff return for a touchdown.
Denver. The Raiders are terrible. I don't care what you say. The Raiders, they don't know how to use the running back that they got.
And the Broncos think they're good. They're going to be a high seed. They're
They
going
got
to
a
win
big
the division.
defense.
They are going to be out in the first round.
Oh, I don't know. With a defense like that, I don't know.
Or whatever round they end up. It might be because it might not be. First round. No, I'll give you this. They will win if they're in the wild card round. They will lose if they have a bye.
They could get the Chiefs in the first round. Right? If the Chiefs sneak in.
The Chiefs are not making the play. How you keep saying the Chiefs are making the playoffs? The Chiefs aren't making the playoffs.
They win today, 50% chance. Flip of a coin.
I know, it's a shame, but they're going to lose. So
does he catch the coin or does he let it hit the ground? Does he catch the coin and not flip it? Remember last year with the college game?
You let it hit the ground, and then we had a whole discussion about that.
Listen, I didn't like that. That whole thing that bothered me because like everybody knows that's something that doesn't need to be said. You catch it, and if you do catch it, and if you catch it, you better flip it. And if you catch the coin, you better flip it. Don't catch it and just open your hand. Who catches the coin and opens their hand? That was rigged. There should have been an investigation into that. There should have been an investigation into that because that was mad shady.
That's how you rig.
That was as shady as it gets.
That was why they lost.
Big one tonight, Kansas City, Super Bowl on the line. Chiefs at hosting the Texans. Listen, they're going to win this game because it's home. Okay, Arrowhead, besides Seattle and the 12th man and maybe Buffalo, Arrowhead's one of the toughest places to go and win. Defense travels. I give you that. Texans have a better defense. They have a good defense. Mahomes does it all himself tonight and wins this game somehow, some way.
24-17 Texans.
26-24. A field goal at the gun. Mahomes took them the length of the field, and a field goal at the gun wins it for the Chiefs. That's what I got. And then finally, we got tomorrow night, Eagles, Chargers. The Eagles falling apart. They got a gift with the Cowboys losing because now they're gonna win the division. Now it's back to okay, deep breath. We could just kind of coast our way in. They got some stuff to fix though down there in Philadelphia.
Chargers.
It brings you back to like the Mets, right? Who cares if they hate each other? They hate each other. It's all falling apart in Philadelphia. And for some reason, they're letting it get to them.
I'm telling you, I think that the Eagles will come around a little bit at the end of the year. I don't know why. I guess it's because they can't. They're not running the ball like they used to.
No, they're not.
Without running the ball, your passing game is not going to be what you want it to be. Something's amiss in their locker room like it always is every year with everything that's going on there.
You got AJ Brown. You got the lunatic. The wide receivers are lunatics. They're the weirdos now.
I don't know, man. I hear you. I can't. The wide receivers are a tough bunch, man. You got to keep them happy, and that is long gone, that bridge. So
see what's his face. See what's his face. The guy. What's the guy that took the jersey off against the Jets?
Oh yeah, Antonio Brown.
Yeah, attempted murder. Attempted murder.
Charges. He came back. Yeah, he's back.
Shot somebody. Got into a fight. Shot somebody. Like what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I left it all on the field. You know
what are you doing? He decided to quit. He quit mid-game. Now he's shooting people in fights.
It was a Jets game I was watching. It was awesome.
And he was like, I remember he was waving to the crowd. He took his jersey off.
It was at MetLife.
Yeah, it was at MetLife. I know.
He probably ended up at like a nice restaurant in Manhattan that night.
Iron Eagles, like, I think chilling. Antonio Brown just quit.
He did. That was it. The guy, and he had it. It was all done. He didn't realize. You know how stupid these guys are when you don't realize. I mean, no, he's mentally ill, so it's a different thing. But Tom Brady had him living in his house for a while with Giselle and the kids. You know that when he came back over to the Patriots.
Yeah, he went to
in the house. Yeah, but he had a choice. He goes, it was either Brady or Hernandez. And he was
Tom Brady's not the smartest. Tom Brady's not the smartest guy. We give these guys credit. We give them the credit like they're football players. They're not rocket scientists.
No, but Brett, care about his football. They don't care about his family. He brought home a psychopath, attempted murderer into his home. Yeah, and his other tight end was a real murderer, double murderer.
No,
rough times.
Yeah, if you look, double murder. If you look at the graphic here,
judgment.
If you look at the graphic, it's you saying you like the pays or the sirs?
No, listen. As long as the Pacers, it's the Pacers.
Pacers.
The Pacers.
I gotta get this stuff straightened out.
What's directly between those two cities? Indiana. It just all works, Bob.
Pays to the Sirs. Pays to the Sirs.
Big
Monday night. Big Monday night game.
I think that's pretty much saying the Chargers are paying. Chargers are paying.
All right, so we are 30 minutes to kick off for your 1 o'clock games. Big games abound all around the league in the NFL. 1 o'clock, again, there's not many 4 o'clock games, but the 4 o'clock game, the 4:25, the Fox game of the week. Bears, Packers, I'm going to be glued to that one. That does it for us. We got baseball, Queens Baseball Convention coming up next week. We're going to be talking about that. We'll do some more Mets during the week. We'll do, the football again next Sunday, and that's it.
Hopefully we get Mark back on. Thanks for coming on, Mark. That was awesome. Hope we get Mark back.
Yeah, Mark here. Yeah, we'll get Mark. Oh, yeah, Mark. Yeah, Mark. Thank you to Mark Mancini. I think you're talking about Mark Healy.
Yeah, good for you.
Thank you to Mark Mancini. Thank you to you guys for watching, for listening. That does it for us. Enjoy the games, everybody. From the Brian Gunzel Studios, see ya.